Check, mic check. Okay. Happy real New Year, everyone. Spring equinox passed a few years. I mean, few years, a few days ago. And just want to get myself together. Got to get my list started. For everybody who has seen this, you all know that I get started with those folks who have already um, prepaid for their readings. So keep in mind, I am not going to be talking or posting in the chat while I'm doing their readings, but it doesn't mean I won't be catching up in the chat. So, for those of you who are new, these readings are private, like anonymous. We use numbers to identify you. So that way, your business can remain your business. And if you would like to participate, the instructions to do so are in the description box. I won't hold anybody else up. We're going to get started. All right. So, getting started with client one. Let me get your timestamp together. All right. Hey, client four. Hey. Hey, client four. That's your timestamp. Hey, client one. Hey. You have, it looks like one question, and it says, my coworker slash friend has been acting strange over the past few weeks. What's going on with him? Let's find out. What is going on with your friend? Let me see. What's going on with my hair first? Because this is bothering me. Okay. I apologize, client one. Let's see. What is going on with client one's friend slash coworker? They've been acting funny for the past few weeks, and client one wants to know what's going on with their friend. What is going on with client one's coworker slash friend? I know it's slippery. What's going on with client one's coworker? We got the Hermit, Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, client one, we have the Two of Pentacles. Your coworker slash friend, is this someone, you feel maybe some romantic feelings towards? Like this Two of Pentacles is giving me, along with this Two of Cups here, it's giving me a vibe of back and forth, like you toss with your feelings, and that you and this coworker, okay, you said him, you and this coworker, you and he have like hmm, this back and forth that you have. And it feels like he probably feels the same way. Like this isn't a one-sided thing. Got the Hermit, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles here. He's pulled away because of this. This Two of Cups, of course, it can mean, you know, um, romantic involvement. It could also mean friendship, partnership, but I'm getting more romantic vibes here. And have you both had a conversation about that? Because now he's pulling back. He's pulling back with this Four of Pentacles. Yeah. What's this? Can we clarify the Four of Pentacles, please? Clarify the Four of Pentacles. King of Arrows. And that's the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Yep. Okay. So y'all like each other. Like but a decision has to be made. Like what what you're gonna do about it. Because the Spirit is really highlighting the tree or branch in this instance. Like now that you both know, a decision has to be made, and he is pulling back and is being more logical about the situation with the King of Swords here. It's giving me the energy of, we work together, we're friends, we can't, you don't shit where you eat type energy. It's like that. And like he's trying to process everything too. Yeah. This one. What's going on with client one's friend? What's going on with client one's friend, please? What's going on with client one's friend, Spirit? What is going on with client one's friend? Ooh, y'all saw how that popped out. Curiosity. That's the Page of Swords. Okay. Okay. I was getting this, but now, okay. So could this be a potential same sex relationship? that one of you are, very comfortable with being, the other one is more curious than anything. Yeah. New beginnings. That's the mm. It's the Ace of Wands. Yeah. 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 Temperance. Oh wow. Bottom of the deck. Yep. One of you is all the way in your head about what's going on, and it's him. It's him with the limited thoughts, with the limited, like, I don't know if I can do this, because this is something that he may not have ever embarked on. And now there's this opportunity here. There's this opportunity and he doesn't know what to do with it. So he's taking a step back with this hermit, and kind of like, let me chill. Like, I have to really process, and trying to like deal with his feelings, trying to deal with everything that's going on, trying to balance it all out. Like, I'm getting a sense that he's never had feelings like this before for somebody that is the same sex as him. So this is new. Yeah. Okay. Spirit wants me to pull from this deck. What is going on with client, friend slash coworker? What is going on with client one's friend slash coworker? What is going on with client one's friend slash coworker? What is going on? All right. We got boundaries that came out. It says saying no firmly, protecting your peace, setting limits clearly. Enough is enough. What else? What else, Spirit? What else? He wants a little bit of space with this boundaries coming up behind the mask, because this is new and he doesn't know what to do with it with behind the mask. He's never experienced this. It says at the bottom of the card, hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show reality. No one sees the real me. These feelings that he is, processing for you, um, he doesn't know what to do with it. He don't know what to do with his hands, so he needs to take pause. Anything else? Booked and busy came out. Productivity high, full schedule, no time to waste, success is on the calendar. So he's shifting his focus. He's shifting his focus and trying to focus on, you know, the job, focus on making the money, taking his, avoiding, honestly, avoiding, even if that means avoiding you. At the bottom of the deck, we have divine timing. And what that says is patience required, trust the process, perfect timing when it's meant to be. And client one, that is spirit's advice to you, just be patient and trust the process. If your friend slash colleague is somebody who is supposed to be in your life, regardless of the role that he plays, he's going to be there. And if not, then he won't. Yeah. Is that it, Spirit? That's it. Man, I hope that helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Wow. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client one. That was heavy. I hope it all works out. And I know it will, however, it's supposed to work out. All right. Saw some stuff in the chat. Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Winter GT16. How you doing? Hey, TB Monsif or Monsif. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. Oh, thank you for the love. You. Oh man, I am going to butcher this, and I do apologize in advance. Yo Yasir, ONG. Thank you for the love from Japan. And let me see. Mr. You Obsession. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Sip Sip I. Hey, Sip Sip I. I am not reading for free. If you want to participate, the information's in the description box. But thank you for asking, and thank you for coming through and giving your energy, Sip Sip I. All right, moving on to the next. Moving on to the next. All right, let me get my. Okay, moving on to client two. Let me get your timestamp going here. Hey, client two. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client two. It looks like you have 3 questions, and you say in your email, my wife and I moved our family to another country for my job. Okay. Everyone appears to be adjusting well. Your first question is, how is my wife really doing with the move? All right, let's see. Which one? This one? Okay. How is client two's wife really doing with the move? What's the energy surrounding client two's wife and the move they experienced? They recently moved to another country for client two's job. So how is client two's wife doing with the move? How is client two's wife doing with the move? How is client two's wife doing with the move? Bounce back came out, and bounce back says resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again, can't keep me down. She sees it as another opportunity to for a clean slate to start anew. Yeah, and has a lot of determination in starting anew too. Self Care Sunday came out. This is an opportunity for her to take care of herself, do things differently, prioritize herself and you like I'm getting the energy that a lot of people, especially parents, they end up putting the children before their relationship. And it makes sense, when children are a certain age. Um, but she's more determined to put her first as well as y'all's relationship. I'm hearing like the children's not going to be there, they're not going to be there the entire time, so you all have to continue to grow. It says me time matters, and she wants to give more to herself as well. Yeah. Anything else for client two's wife? This one, big break. Big break came out. At the bottom of that one, it says turning point, major opportunity, life changing moment. This is it. Yeah. She sees this as a clean slate. This is the y'all made a point, a pivot where you were at a crossroad, and she doesn't see anything wrong with what you've done. Y'all can only go up from here. Yeah. Spirit says there's one more. So let's see. Client two's wife regarding the move to another country. What are her thoughts? What are her thoughts? Client two's wife, please. Divine intervention came out. Yeah, it says unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirected paths, saved just in time. Listen, I don't know what you and your family have been through, what happened in the past, but she sees this as what the card says, divine intervention. Like the divine, your angels, your benevolent ancestors stepped in and redirected your paths. I hear saved by the bell. Like things weren't going great. But then this opportunity came up just in time. At the bottom of the deck, it says speak up. And that one says expressing needs, defending yourself, courage to confront, your voice matters. I'm getting that your wife is one who would put people before herself. A lot of women do, especially when they have families to care for. But with this self care Sunday out here, this bounce back, big break, and divine intervention, your wife is like, nah, I'm setting some boundaries. It's going to be about me. I am like pouring into myself. This is going to be completely different. And she is not going to allow what may have happened in the past to happen again. So you can expect your wife to be a little more vocal about what makes her uncomfortable, what makes her um, angry or triggered. You can expect that. You can expect her, if you all haven't had conversations about things like that in the past, that those are going to happen going forward in this new energy, in this new space that you both are in. Because now she has the courage to speak up for herself. I love that for your wife. I do. I love that for her. All right. Let's move on to your next question. How are my children really doing with the move? This one? Use this one? Yeah. Let's see. How are client two's children doing with the move? That one wouldn't come out. But then it was like, nah. How are client two's children doing with the move? see. Past life came out. And what that says is previous connections, unexplained familiarity, soul memories. I've known you before. Mm. To be expected, they want to go back to what they know with past life here. It's that when you move away, you have that longing for what was previously. What else here? So they are, kind of dealing with the memories, dealing with the connections that they left previously. I don't know how old your children are, but they are definitely reliving those connections and missing those connections. CEO energy. CEO energy came out. Taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. Mm, client two. This is you to them. CEO energy. That's you to them because you basically was just like, you know what, we're moving. That's how they see it. Taking control. I'm the boss. We're gonna move. Almost like I guess they feel like they didn't have a say in the matter. What else? It says mirror, mirror. Facing yourself and others, reflective relationship, self awareness. What you see is you. They have to deal with themselves. They don't like the fact that they have moved to a space in a place where, it's just them. They have to deal with themselves. They have to talk to themselves because where they left in the past life, they had friends, and now they're a lot more self aware. There's a lot more alone time with themselves and with each other. Now, I don't know if they like it, but they are starting to see themselves in each other and y'all as their parents. Mm. One more. Side hustle. It says multiple incomes, extra earnings, financial security, always on my grind. That's client two. They see you as working all the time, always grinding, always, finding a way to take care of them. But I don't know if it kind of feels like I get the feeling like they miss you at the same time. They know you're focused though. At the bottom of the deck, it says plastic smiles. So they're going to put on the front. They don't want you to feel like you've done something wrong. It gives me a fake it till we make it type energy. It says fake kindness, forced friendliness, hiding resentment behind smiles. But, and it says friends in name only. That hiding resentment. I don't see resentment. I don't feel resentment because resentment is the the death of joy, right? In relationships. They are more so hiding their unhappiness with having to leave their friends and, the things that they had going on in their past life where you came from, which is pretty adult if you think about it. It's pretty adult. Yeah. And you may, Spirit saying that you may want to have a talk with them, have a talk with your children, so they can tell you, you and your wife, how they really feel, what's really going on. Connect with them. What's your third question? Well, I already answered part of that. Your third question is what spirit's advice? Um, okay. What's your advice for client two? What is your advice for client two? Your advice for client two. Okay. Advice for client two. What's your advice for client two? We have the page of arrows. That's the page of swords. This is the knight of arrows, the knight of swords, and the sun. And at the bottom of the deck, surrounding it is the knight, king rather, the king of arrows or the king of swords. Lots of swords around here, client too. The king of swords is your energy. Are you somebody who isn't, maybe not as affectionate, but you show love through like doing things? Um, you base your decisions on facts, and those things that you can see. Obviously, I'm getting that you, since you're moving forward, you move for your job, you may be pretty high up with this king of swords here. Hmm. Four of Pentacles is behind that. You hold back a lot. You hold in a lot, which makes sense because you're the King of Swords energy. Four of Cups is here behind the Four of Pentacles. What you don't want to do, which, you know what, 444 may be your angel number. Four of Cups, Four of Swords. What you don't want to do is miss out on some beautiful things with this Four of Cups here. That's what you don't want to do with your family. Opportunities where you can get to know them as the beautiful souls that they are. And you may also want to take some time for yourself, just chill. Your kids, your children, their energy is has pointed out that you grind. You are always on your grind. You are always doing the things. And you can have all that you want with the star, but there has to be balance in everything. There has to be balance. With our spread here, we have again the page of swords, the knight of swords, and the sun. Take more time to be curious. Take more time to learn with the page of swords here, and do more. The knight of swords is somebody who's a doer. They always doing shit. Sometimes do shit without, actually thinking about it. Um, But of course, you're the king of swords, so you have a lot more. You're a lot more thoughtful in your process. But they want you to be a little more spontaneous. The knight of swords is somebody who is spontaneous, because again, we have the star here and the sun. These are like the most peaceful, harmonious, and content cards out here on deck just for you. And your spirit team and spirit, they want you to take more time to enjoy the life that you've restarted. And that means actually spending time, it's easier said than done, spending more time with those people that you love. Here we got again, you in swords, the four of pentacles, the four of cups, and the four of swords. You're gonna miss out on a lot if you continue to hold back, if you continue to put work before family. I'm sure it got you to the place that you need to be in right now. But spirit is implying that it's time to switch shit up. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Thank you, client two. I hope this helps, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. Until next time, client two. Hey, MG. Hey. Okay. Hey, Tramika Walker. Um, Tramika, if you want to participate in the live personal reading session, the instructions are are in the description box. And right now, I'm not seeing any emails, but let me check. And my condolences to you, Tramika. Yeah, your new person's name. What is your new person's name, Tramika? Mm, very good question. But it's a random ass question too, honestly. How you doing, MG? Gonna go on with client three. Let me get your timestamp going here, client three. Hey, client three. Hey. Thank you for booking with me, client three. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. It looks like you have one question, and you say, client three, an ex that you dated over 5 years ago recently reached out to you. You didn't answer, but you think they were calling to test the waters. Okay. You haven't talked to this ex since your breakup with them. What was the purpose of her call? Let's find out. Girl, let's find out which deck are we going with? This one. Okay. We gonna get some. We're gonna get some answers here, client three. What was the purpose of client three's ex's phone call to client three recently? What was the purpose of client three's ex calling them after 5 years of not talking to them? What is client reaching out for? Why is client three's ex reaching out to them? Why is client three's ex reaching out to them? Influencer status came out. Wait, I want you to see that. There it is. It says social recognition, online fame, influence, swipe up. What else? What else for client three? Why is the ex reaching out after 5 years? Um, Client three, did you get recognition in the neighborhood or something like that? Like, or hmm, your status changed, and not just online. Divine intervention. Oh, we got money moves and divine intervention. Money moves, divine intervention. Uh huh. How many more? One more, spirit? No filter. No filter. And at the bottom of the deck, booked and busy. Okay, client three. Your ex reached out to you because your ex has been a busybody. Um, your ex has been asking about you with this and finding out some real shit about how they missed out. Seems like because your status, it seems like here with influencer status and money moves, not only did your tax bracket change, but you've grown with this divine intervention here. And she knows, she's been watching closely, and she likes what she sees, to be honest. And she really, with this no filter here, it says speaking your truth, authentic communication, raw honesty. This is how I feel. So she was reaching out to really rekindle something, to tell you how she feels about you, even though you all have not talked, it seems, in 5 years from what you say. Yeah. So she wouldn't know what's up. Yeah, really. How can she get back in? How can she, come back round? Hook it up. Hook it up for a sister. It's that's what's coming out here. Yeah. Mm. What's the energy? Yeah. But what's the real energy surrounding? What's her intentions? What's the ex's intentions though? We see why she's calling, but let's see what her real intentions are for client three. Clickbait. So I'll hold it up right. Clickbait. It says misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truths, not what it seems. What else? What are client three's ex's true intentions for client three? Okay. False alarm. Anything else? Me versus me. One more. Blind date. Yeah. Her intentions are to, let me see, energy vampire at the bottom of the deck. That's what her true intentions are. She sees your glow up. She sees what you have become, and now she won't back in. You know, with blind date here, it says surprise meeting, unexpected chemistry, awkward introductions, could be love or disaster. She wants to set up a date with you where she lets you know how she's changed. You know, she's done a lot of growing and sees that you have as well, client three. You know, she's gonna be like, we've done a lot was said. You know how they start off. A lot was said. You did some things, I did some things, but we've grown. We're better, and I'm better that I was with you. Yeah, that don't believe that shit. Don't believe that shit. Mm-mm. False alarm, exaggerated panic, unnecessary drama, overreaction to minor events, much ado about nothing. She is the same person. This is a false alarm. There has been nothing changed. It, she's a drama queen still. And what she's trying to lead you to believe is that she's done some personal growth, and she has not. She has not. So she's going to put on a whole new face for you. She's going to put on this new representative. But you gonna see this is only if you decide to call her back, or text her back or anything like that. You will see that she is the same old, and maybe even worse. Because I mean, energy vampire is at the bottom of the deck still. I mean, that says draining connections, toxic influence, protect your energy, time to cut cords. I, I was going to ask Spirit what their advice is for you, but Spirit is coming through hard with this protect your energy, time to cut cords. Yeah, and that's it on that. That's what I got. Because Spirit's just like, yeah, leave it right there. Spirit's like, leave that right there. Let that marinate for your client three. We're going to let that marinate. Although, you seem like you kind of already had it. It seemed like you had the intuitive nudge not to pick up the phone when she called. So that makes sense. Because Spirit's like, leave that, leave that sinking ship right where it is. Whoo wee. Some people, boy. Some people. I tell you. Thank you, Client 3, for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I hope that helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. See you next time, Client 3. All right. So let's move on to Client 4. Okay. All right. Before I move on to Client 4, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and send, since I'm in between new clients, their number. So thank you for your patience, everybody. Here we go. All right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Going back to client 4. Let me get that timestamp going. Hey, client 4. Hey. Looks like you booked a yes, no reading. And it says, my favorite aunt died last week. Oh, my condolences, client 4. Um, and her going service is this. She's always treated me like one of her own, but her children don't like me at all, nor I them. Mm. I've been tossing with the idea of not going to the going service to keep the peace. Should I go? Okay, let's find out what Spirit has to say. Should client 4, should client 4 go to their favorite aunt's homegoing service? Okay. Should client 4 go to their favorite aunt's homegoing service, or should they not? Should they go? That's the question. Should they go? Okay, client 4, we have a yes with the Knight of Cups. We have a yes with the Knight of Wands. And we have a no with the Five of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, ooh, how interesting. It's another yes. But this is the Four of Wands, which is all about, family. It's all about home. It's about peace. It's about balance. So that's one thing that you need to focus on. Spirit is saying that you should absolutely go, but this is also about being cautious. This is also about being intentional. Like if you really want to keep the peace, the focus, because the Knight of Cups is somebody who is focused and intentional. They are focused on the emotion. So Spirit is like, you need to remain focused on your aunt. This is about her and her homegoing. But yeah, you definitely need to go. If you haven't packed your shit yet to go, I don't know how far you are from the area where they're having it, then you need to get it. You need to get it done and go, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who makes moves without thinking. It's like, why are we even asking this question? But also with the Five of Swords here, make sure, even though other people who maybe have selfish intent, may feel a certain ways, be cautious of them. And if you need to, dodge them, you know? Because they feel a ways. And they're going to do what they can, client 4, to try to bait you. But don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. But definitely go. You never know who actually has your back there. You never know what, because I don't know how many children she has, but you never know who will surprise you. I'll say that. Yeah. I hope this helps, client 4. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Thank you. And again, condolences and safe travels. Okay. Let's go on to client 5. Okay. 7. All right. Hey, client 5. Hey. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, client 5. It looks like you have one question, and you say, I think I'm ready to start dating again. What advice does Spirit have for me? Let's find out. Which one? This one? Or the other one? Okay. All right. Spirit had me pull out this deck now. I always tell folks when you see me pull out the deck that I made, they got something to say. What's your advice for client 5, Spirit? Client 5 wants to start, feels like they are ready to start dating again. What is your advice? Okay. What's your advice for client 5, please? What is your advice for client 5 who wants to start dating again? What's your advice for client 5? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Archangels came out. You got some archangels that's guiding your love life, client 5. And they, them archangels about their business. They don't play around. What else? Oh, okay. It says not a chance. Absolutely not. On no day that ends in Y. On no day that ends in Y. They're saying not a chance. Absolutely not. Is this about dating? Like, yes. It's about boundaries. Ooh. Client client 5, are you somebody who kind of, not kind of, you may lose yourself in relationships or allow certain things to happen that make you uncomfortable or trigger you? With this absolutely not a chance on any day that ends in Y, Spirit is saying, like, look, don't do what you used to do. This is something different. We got to come into this with a whole new energy. You can't take what people only want to give you, is what I'm hearing. We're not doing that again. Spirit says you are more precious than rubies and diamonds, client 5. To treat yourself as such, and others will too. Spirit says don't walk, run away. When you come across those people who trigger you, because this is dating, this is a commitment. So when you come across those people who trigger you or try to demean you or make you feel a certain way, less than, try to dim your light, client 5. Don't walk, run away. You don't have to explain shit. Peace them out. Peace them out. That's it. That's all. You don't owe them any explanation of why you getting on out of there. Mm-hmm. What else? This is about you empowering yourself. If you really feel like you are ready, you have to empower yourself. Your ego is on 15 out of 10. You need to turn it down to 3. That's it. That's all. Do you have a type? Like, you date folks who have big ass egos, big ass egos, and little baby confidence. Like, because there's a difference between ego and confidence, right? They're like, nah, don't, don't go back into your old habits. If you're used to dating folks who have an ego and they stand out, you know, they're boisterous, and not to say that, all people who are boisterous are coming from ego. Don't get me wrong. But these people are boisterous and demeaning and just plain old assholes. What else for client five, please? Ooh. Wow, they have to, these are repeating. Remove your energy. Your angels, the archangels, are saying that you stick around way too long. You wear out your welcome, or you allow people to wear out their welcome with you. And it's okay to remove your folks who do not serve you or treat you well in your highest good. Ooh, oh, you may be connected to a WAR deity, or you may, I don't know what pantheon you're a part of, client five, but you may want to research one of them and what it means for them to call on you or to reach out to them. This isn't a comprehensive list, but I have here Horus, Ogun, just so you can see it. There's Baal, Maru, Nike, Athena, Aries. Yeah, look into whatever pantheon that you believe in, which one of these deities, like what the signs and synchronicities are when they call on you, and how you contact them. How do you develop that relationship? It may require offerings and all that stuff like that. Do what resonates. But these type of deities will help you build boundaries and sift things out, sift people out, because they don't play. They do not play at all. Anything else? Ooh, also beauty deities. Hmm. Oh, so you can see which ones. Same thing applies, and also this is not a comprehensive list. And for the deities, when please charge it to my head and not my heart if I mispronounce the name. There's Oshun, there is Adonis, Aphrodite, Venus, Apollo, Hathor, Lakshmi. Yeah, interesting. This is all about confidence building. Both of these deities, they help build confidence and boundaries. Both of them. So the same thing applies to the beauty deities as well. Talk about self-worth. Okay. They'll help you. At the bottom of the deck, they say that we love you and have so much waiting for you. You just have to surrender. And when you surrender, that means, allowing the process, not trying to control things. When you get those inclinations, when you get those nudges, especially when people aren't treating you right, or you feel you're around people who make you feel less than, it's time to go. Same thing if you feel like you're the smartest person in the room. It's time to find a new room. That's it. That's all. And you don't owe any explanations to anybody. Okay. Which one? They want me to ask, what's the energy surrounding the next person coming towards you, client five? What's the energy surrounding the next person coming towards client five? Just to give you a heads up. Girl. What's the energy surrounding the next person coming towards client five? What's the energy surrounding the next person? Bounce back came out. And it says resilience after setbacks, recovering quickly, determination to rise again, can't keep me down. What else, Spirit? Surrounding retirement goals. Interesting. That says long-term stability, future planning, relaxation earned, living the dream. What else for client five? The energy of the next person coming towards them. What's the energy? Oh, I don't like it. Love bomb. Intense affection too quickly. Excessive attention. Overwhelming charm. Hidden control. Anything else? It was going good. It was going good. I was like, okay. Overnight success. It says rapid rise, sudden recognition, unexpected breakthrough, all eyes on me. Photoshopped. Fake perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, filtered beyond recognition. And at the bottom of the deck, friend zone. That says platonic trap, unreciprocated feelings, stuck as friends, like a sibling to me. This person, client five, with this love bomb, Photoshop, overnight success, this person is somebody who likes attention. They are somebody who's very boisterous. They full of ego. Full of ego. Not only that, but they aren't really gonna like you like that. With this friend zone here, you may like them more than they like you. And as soon as you want to kind of, make things serious or official, that's when they're gonna be like, you're moving too fast. They're gonna start doing the most with moving away and pulling away because they just like the attention. They like the those initial feelings that you get, like the chase of doing things like that when you first encounter somebody, which is why they love bomb. They're going to show so much attention. You're going to be giving them a lot of attention. But when things calm down, they're not going to be around like that. This is somebody with bounce back here is somebody who is most likely coming out of a relationship, most likely a serious one. So they don't want to be tied down anyway. They just want to chill. So that's the energy of the person that's coming towards you, and spirit felt the need to give you a heads up about that. It's a heads up, but also it's honestly a test, client five, because now that you know this, are you going to govern yourself accordingly, or are you going to do maybe what has happened in the past? Yeah, that's what I have. That's what we have. We hope this helps. We hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, client five. Yeah, wow. Man, I thought that was going to be a good one. Like a good with the almost got me. Bounce back. I'm like, oh, they're resilient. Like, oh, and they're planning for retirement. I'm like, nah, they just want to chill there. Like, they just want to date. Yes, it is what it is. Until it ain't no more. Mm. Okay. Let's see. On to client six. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Let me put your timestamp in client six. Hey, client six. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. You have 2 questions, and you say, I want to get a new LLC for my business. My current LLC has been tainted with a shady accountant, and I don't want to do business with them anymore. That makes sense. And so, your first question is it a good idea to dissolve my current LLC and start a new one? Let's find out. All right. Okay. Is it a good idea for client six to dissolve their current LLC to start a new one? Okay. Is it a good idea for client six to dissolve their current LLC to start a new one? Is it a good idea for client one to dissolve their current LLC to start a new one? Oh, it wanted to come out, but it didn't. First one is a yes with the Knight of Cups. Then we have, look at that. Look at that right there. We got the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles with a yes. And then we have a no with the Seven of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have another no with the Five of Pentacles. This is all about you want to do, because we have 2 yeses and 2 nos. This Five of Pentacles is giving me the energy of seeping. You know, like when there's a hole in a tire and you can hit a like that's what I'm getting with this Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Like if you don't do it, things will continue to seep. Like there's something that you're missing as far as money, tax purposes. What is it that this accountant can claim that you aren't or you can't, um if that makes sense? Like I don't, it's something that you aren't seeing. And of course, accountants, especially if they're a CPA, they know like a lot of the insights on tax rules and things like that. While, most people, I don't know your level um, of knowledge and how deep it goes with, as well as the federal when it comes to certain things. But this person is whoever this person is, they're getting something out of this. They're getting something out of the connection that you are missing. They're banking on the knowledge that you don't have, literally banking on it. But if we look at the three, the answer is absolutely. But Spirit wanted to highlight, like, look, there's something, confirmation about the shadiness, right? So there is something that this person is banking on that you aren't privy to. That's why you're out in the cold. But with this Knight of Cups here and this Ace of Pentacles, it's something that's probably going to take some time to do, but you should absolutely do it. I'm hearing intertwine. Like there's going to be, you know how when you get a knot in a chain and you kind of have to take your time, like a chain necklace, and you know you kind of have to take your time with, if you want it not to kink and you want it to stay, keep its integrity, you have to take your time with unraveling it and doing the things. That's what I'm getting from this Knight of Cups. But once you do, Ace of Pentacles, and you'll be in better, much better standing with this Seven of Wands here, because you'll have all the control. You'll have all the control with your LLC and all the benefits. He said, when I started working with them, I had no knowledge of the ins and outs of the business finance. She preyed on me and attached her name to my business. Yeah, yep, that's what I'm getting here, especially right here. But even with, it's almost like there's some benefit that this person that she is getting by having your business attached to her that you don't get to see. Can we clarify this Five of Pentacles? Or this one? Can we clarify the Five of Pentacles for client six, please? Okay. And it feels like it's more a state benefit than it is federal. Because you know, when it comes to the LLCs and things like that, whatever state you're in, that's what makes the biggest difference. Can we clarify the Five of Pentacles? The Moon. The, gosh, what's that one? The Hermit. Damn. Because that's two major arcana. Client six, it's two major arcana. One more. Son of a bitch, that's three. Okay. With the Moon, the Hermit, and the Magician at the bottom of the deck, that's four. That's the damn. Oh, I see what this lady has done. I see what this lady has done. Okay, so here's what she's done. By having your LLC, I'm pointing at, okay, so my chat is over here. So anyway, by having your LLC under her, she is the parent company. When she is a parent company, she can probably tax herself. And oh, before I finish saying what I'm saying, I am not licensed or certified to give tax uh, advice, recommendations, or anything like that. Okay, so when she is the parent company, because we have the emperor here, when she has a parent company and she has other LLCs or other smaller businesses under her, that is the tax benefit because she can actually end up um, taxing herself as an S corp, which at the end of the year, as a manager, manager in LLC terms is like CEO. It's like CEO. I'll say that. Some okay, depending on the state. You don't have to tell me what state you're in, but a manager is somebody who's in charge, right? But if your LLC is under her company and attached to her company, she can basically say at the end of the year she could pay herself a certain dividend if you made a certain amount, and the dividends aren't taxed the same in an S corp as an LLC. So if she has multiple companies under her and they are all profiting, guess who's getting dividends and who is not? So she is pulling a major wool over a whole bunch of people by putting people under her, putting other LLCs under her, or attaching herself to them. Because you're not the only person, you're not the only business. Yep. She is using her knowledge to prey on other people and manipulate the system. She's listed as agent. Okay. Still, there's this. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, Spirit, just to follow up, because she may be listed as agent. I wish, golly, every state is so different. I've set up businesses in two different states. Um, hmm, er, she has some kind of authority. I would not be surprised because Spirit is showing me parent company, and your company, your LLC is kind of like a Paramount Nickelodeon. Paramount owns, Nickelodeon, MTV. It's like that. If that makes sense, that's what they're showing me. Yeah. Okay. Yes. But to circle back, yes, do that shit. Say all that to say, to circle back, yes, absolutely, do it. I mean, because it's really you reclaiming all that is yours, as well as your power, you know, and reclaiming your standing in your business. because even agents have certain access, certain access, if that makes sense. Ugh, I don't like it. But okay, what is the energy? Your second question is, what is the energy around the new LLC? Let us find out. Which one? Is that it? That's the timing. Give me 1 second. Here we go. We're going to use the career and money oracle deck starting off for this question. What is the energy surrounding client six's new and improved and awesome LLC? What is the earning potential? Show us everything, please, Spirit. Okay. What is the energy, earning potential, and all the things surrounding the new LLC? Okay. Anything else? Okay. Ooh. Why do you want to throw your cards everywhere? Any more? One more? Okay. This one? Okay. Jeez. That was something else. Okay. Just flying. Flying everywhere. So the first one that came out is Moon. And that says fleeting funds, unknown source, being guided, moonlighting, odd jobs, night shift, part time. Then we have Pendulum. Pendulum says fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy. It says seasonal work, job change, making choices. What also came out is book, paperwork, contracts, learning as you go, writing, taking a class, education, law. And at the bottom of the deck, the energy completely surrounding this spread here, as well as your new LLC, money coming slowly, steady progress, moving for work. What? In good time, long term. So there is long term, steady progress with this new LLC. It is something that is that brings longevity. Not only that, but Spirit is saying in good time you will be moving. And it's going to be one of the driving forces that helps you move too. With Moon here, you're absolutely being guided with this. This is an intuitive move, but also a logical one for you. And there may be a lot of upfront costs, which is why there's fleeting funds here. But Spirit is saying that that can be mitigated through any like odd jobs or anything like that, working, doing something part-time, because it's going to be, you'll have the cost of of dissolving the LLC and then starting a new LLC, and then anything else that you need to do. With Pendulum here, it says job change, new strategy. That's what Spirit is pointing out to me, that with this new LLC, there needs to be a new mindset, a new strategy towards things. What you did with the old one, everything don't need to come with you into the new one. So you have some decisions that you have to make about what you want to bring into this new LLC. What is it going to be all about? With this new energy, with the new uh the new gosh, not goal, mission. And you're going to see some ups and downs. Initially you have, like, times where you're on point, like, people are like in your face all the time with the new one. And then there's going to be lulls, kind of where you may not have as many clients or as many customers, or it's going to be fluctuating like it says. But it may be something that would be consistent. And here's what I mean with that. um you know how in those big box stores like the Walmarts and them, how they have peak seasons where it's around Christmas and they have to hire extra people. It's kind of like that. So when you start to look at your stats, paying attention to when your peak seasons are. Is it in spring when a real new year comes through, where people are wanting to know about love? People are wanting to know about, like, when they're going to buy a house. People are kind of renewed around that time. Is that going to be a peak season, while January is going to be kind of a low? You know, um, it's going to be kind of like that. But it'll be something that you're used to, because maybe during the peak season for one product or for one type of service or whatever, it may be a little different one. Yeah. So that's what spirit is showing me with seasonal work and new strategy. And with book, paperwork, contracts, learning as you go. They said you need to be teaching more. I think you know what it means. And they're like, yeah, you know what it means. Yeah, because it says education, class. Yeah, they said they said she remembers. Because I'm like, I'm asking about a particular conversation we had, and they're like, yes, that confirmation. Mm, it's going to be one of the driving forces of the business, because it's you. Yep. So keep being guided. Keep being guided on that. Let's see what else we got. Yeah. Okay. What other energy is surrounding the new LLC for client six? What other energy is surrounding the new LLC for client six? Last one. Okay. Other energy is surrounding the new LLC for client six, please. We have the Magician upright or in reverse, Eight of Arrows or the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck. Gosh, this moon has been coming out for you like crazy. Just in case you forgot. Yeah. What's interesting, and you, what's interesting about 3 times with the moon, you're going to be interested to see what your timestamp says. That's all I'm saying. But what's interesting about this moon, do you see that this fox has on a shirt, like a business shirt? And this is more about embracing the side that may kind of give you apprehension, the side of your business. And with the fox in the business shirt, foxes are sly. Foxes are, yeah, like they're slick, and this is encouraging you to be that slick businesswoman, be that slick ass business person. Like, it may give you apprehension, like you don't want to do it, or you may not want to do that side because of, you know, you're more of a creative, but it's that it's like, embrace it. The way you embrace your intuition, embrace it just like that. Because this is going to be embracing that. It's going to be the driving force around those, seeing those ebbs and flows, and making sure that you make money moves in the process. Hmm. You make money moves with those ebbs and flows, where you're not working harder but smarter, and you're being slick about it. Not slick where you're like, getting over on people, but you're doing that one, people don't know what type of moves you making, slick like that. And then two, the moves that you can make. Nobody else can do it like you. So spirit's like, embrace that. Embrace that. And with the magician reverse, 8 of swords, and 7 of cups, one, don't bite off more than you can chew. And don't psych yourself out. Spirit is reminding me of something that I've been saying a lot to myself and to other people, especially some family members. Um, Whether you think you can, or whether you think you can't, you right. That's what spirit is telling me with this. It's like, sometimes there are ideas that I guess you may want to do, um, and there's another idea, and then there's another idea, and then there's another idea, squirrel, you know, and that can get into the way of what you're trying to manifest. It's one of those things where focus, focus. Yes, there's a lot you're able to do. There are many talents, many gifts, many, many, many things, many activities. However, focus, and don't bite off more than you can chew. Pick the thing that's most important to you Make it happen. Everything else will fall in line. Pick this up. Can you clarify this one? This one in it? Okay. Can you clarify the eight of arrows and the seven of cups? Clarifying the eight of arrows or the eight of swords. The wheel. And then to clarify the seven of cups, the nine of wands. Yeah. Yep. This focus is going to shift everything. Everything that you are, as you know, because you are you, so you know what I'm about to say is true. Everything, the wheel is all about change. It's all about shifts and cycles. And everything that you are going through has been fated. And this is destined. It was supposed to happen right now, in this time, in 2026, on purpose. And with the Nine of Wands clarifying the seven of Cups, this is about setting boundaries for yourself, sometimes to yourself, like you said about the new energy, you know, that focus. Because that Ace of Pentacles came out for a reason. As a matter of fact, listen, listen, two times, two times, two times. Listen, why they giving it to you two times? You get two big ass pentacles, two big ass pentacles. You're not gonna have a need for shit. You're not gonna have a need for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it that focus. You're changing things. You're changing things. Things are gonna listen. With the shift in focus, this is what spirit is showing me. With the shift in focus, when you are going through the ebbs and the flows, when the valleys come, you're gonna be coasting. And when the peaks come, you're really gonna be doing what you want to do. You're gonna be, because it's not gonna be you're you're self-employed, right? So it's one of those things where you're going to be building, and you're going to be doing those things where you're working hard, but it won't be hard work. They setting you up for the easy life. Two pentacles on purpose. Yes, I love it. Is that it, spirit? Mm. Yeah, thank you, client six. Man, that's good. Two pentacles. Two big old pentacles. That's awesome. Mm, I love it. I'm excited for you. I really am. Yeah. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I hope this helps. And I hope it helps you for your highest good. Yay! Spirit figures. Wow. All right. Let me see. Mhm. Thank you, MG. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Yes. We got two more folks. Two more. And then we out. Unless some other folks come through. Okay. Let me get some beverage in. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a big, big, big thing for you, MG. I swear. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay. Right. Oops. Hey, client seven. Hey. Thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy, client seven. It looks like, yeah, you have one question and you say, I have the opportunity to take a year off from college to work in a field I'm really interested in to see if it's what I want to do. That's awesome. And you say, should I take this opportunity? Let's find out what Spirit says. Let's see. Should client seven take this opportunity that would require them to take a year off from college, but it allows them to see if they really want to do whatever this opportunity is? Should client seven take this opportunity? Should client seven take this opportunity? We have a yes. We have another yes with the chariot. And we have a maybe with the two of pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We have judgment with a yes. Yeah. Mm. This is your calling. Whatever this thing is, this opportunity is, this is going to like wake you up. It really is. This is going to be a transformation for you. It's almost, well, it isn't almost like it. You're going to have like a spiritual experience with this opportunity. And not only that, but it's also divinely guided with this angel here. Like this, yeah, wow. With the Four of Wands, the Chariot, Two of Pentacles, this is a yes. Um, this is something that you are going to feel right at home doing. It's not going to feel like a job to you. It's going to give you not just, it's going to give you some inner peace. I don't know if this opportunity is paid or unpaid, but it doesn't even matter because you're going to have like this harmony and stability within that is, you are going to be living that prosperous life. And you know, prosperity, it starts with a mindset. We got the chariot here. That is a path. That is a divine path, and it's telling you that you are moving in the right direction. You will have, like, um, when you first go, or if you decide to go, I see here with this Two of Pentacles that you are still going to toss with it even after this reading. But when, I'll say that, when you decide to actually go and do it, it's going to be one of those things where you have, of course, have to start prioritizing things. You have to acclimate to wherever you're going to be. It's going to be, a whole balancing act. Um, and getting comfortable in a new setting, getting comfortable with the people that you may be working with, or in the position. It's going to be a learning curve, and you may have. I'm gonna clarify this, but there may be a little bit of an issue at first with money. Can we clarify the Two of Pentacles for client seven? Clarify the Two of Pentacles for client seven, please. Let me clarify the Two of Pentacles for client seven. Clarify the Two of Pentacles. Got the Seven of Cups, so you can see it without the glare. Yeah, Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is going to have to be a don't get stuck. When you first start off, prioritize the things that should be first. Don't go out there, being all extra, all young minded the whole entire time. Like, you are going to have to be setting some boundaries for yourself. You're going to have to prioritize what is important, pay for what you need. Everything else will have to wait. You won't be able to go hang out all the time. Even if you are living in a spot where, it may cost a lot less. You have to be considerate of the area, the culture, be considerate of what's going on around you, because there are some um, places where you go, if you are if you look a certain way, you may be more likely to be taken advantage of. If you are a woman traveling alone, somebody might try to take advantage of you. It's like that. And I don't know what your biological sex is or your gender identity, but spirit is just saying, be wise about how you move about. Be wise about how you're spending your money. If this is a place where the American dollar, or if you are somewhere else, if your money goes a long way, be conscious of that. Because with this Seven of Cups here, you're going to have a lot coming at you. A lot of people are going to know you're an outsider, and they're going to try to take advantage of you. They're going to sell you, you know, try to sell you a beachfront property in Montana. It's going to be like that. They're going to try to pull the wool over your eyes. So be smart about your money. Be smart about the decisions that you make. But spirit is just like, yeah, you should definitely go. Don't play any games. Like, Definitely go and take full advantage of it. Yeah. Anything else? Client seven needs to know. Go back to this step. Anything else? Client seven needs to know. Got the four of swords here. Eight of cups. Ten of swords. At the bottom of the deck, page of pentacles. You're going there to learn. Although you may have some experience in whatever this opportunity is, you're starting off as a page. So make sure that you take the full opportunity to learn and to absorb everything that this experience has to offer. Yeah, because this is going to be the beginning of a whole new career for you. Um, Four of Swords, Eight of Cups, Ten of Swords. You're gonna be, you're gonna initially be like homesick, but you're not the only one that's gonna be going through kind of a emotional withdrawal because you're leaving several people to pursue this opportunity. And there are some folks who are with this Ten of Swords here. They're feeling a little, if you, when you decide to take it, they're feeling jealous and betrayed and quite angry about the whole situation. Yeah. Let me clarify this Eight of Cups and Ten of Swords here for you. Can we clarify the Eight of Cups for client seven, please? Clarify the eight. Dang it. Mm. Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Eight of Cups. It's interesting because you are going on this journey. You're leaving, of course. You're not leaving for you know to dilly dally. You're leaving for work. You're leaving to actually pursue something that could change your life. You're leaving to master and to build. This is about building like a legacy. I mean, in abundance, an abundant life, an opportunity, like you said, that doesn't come to everybody. And some folks are going to be mad about that. To clarify the Ten of Swords, we have the King of Pentacles. Who's, oh, there is a father energy. Yeah, the bottom of the deck. Oh, haha. This is why that's all I was getting. Bottom of the deck is a Hierophant. This father energy, I don't know if this is your father, stepfather, grandfather, uncle who's like a father. You know who this is to you, client seven. This person is a person, one, who is going to miss you, of course, but this person is going to feel quite betrayed or resentful or angry because you're deciding to take off. The Hierophant is about those traditional institutions like college. You're deciding to pursue a dream. And this person is more used to, I'm getting more old school, traditional type ways where you work somewhere and you work hard, and then you're there for like 30 years or so, then you retire, you go to college, you get your degree, you go work for somebody. And although a lot of folks are shifting away from that, this person in particular is not. So they feel a ways. They are going to feel a certain way when you walk away from school. Yep. When you walk away from school, they are going to feel a certain way because they have, put a lot of money um, into you. And I'm feeling with this Eight of Pentacles too, into school, they've invested in you. Yeah. Okay. So let's find out. Will this King of Pentacles energy, you know, feel better once client 7 settles and start to show how this opportunity was divine. It was, something that can be built with this. Okay. We got a maybe with the Queen of Swords. We got a yes with the Ace of Swords. And we have a yes. Ooh, with the Three of Wands. At first they're gonna be a little salty with this Queen of Swords. Look, Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's awesome. They're gonna be a little salty at first. They might even be a little distant, emotionally, because they're gonna be in their feelings. You know, gonna be in their feelings about the decision that you made to follow your dreams. And but with this energy of the Knight of Cups down here, they're gonna soften up in time. They're gonna soften up, and not only that, but they'll actually see with this Ace of Swords here. They're gonna realize like, oh snap, this really is a really good opportunity. And not only that, but I can actually, they'll be able to see the forest from the trees. They'll be able to see like, wow, my child has lived a dream that I couldn't do or didn't have the opportunity to do. They have it. And they will. They'll also, if you are far from home, they'll come and see you. They'll come and see you with this Three of Wands here. And you can show them exactly what you do. They're going to see your prosperity. They're going to see your success. And it's going to touch them. And it's going to soften their heart. And then they'll become super supportive. They'll be your biggest cheerleader yet again. I love it. But first, yeah, they're going to be salty. They're going to be they're going to be in their feelings. But it'll get better. It will. Didn't want you to have to worry about that. Client 7. Couldn't leave you hanging with that. But that's what we got here, Client 7. We hope it helps. And hope it helps you for your highest good. Until next time, Client 7, thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy. Bye. We got one more. One more. So, with that, Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and close. Hmm. Okay. All right. So we are on our last one. Let me get this time step going here. Hey, client eight. Hey, thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And it looks like client eight, you have a yes, no question. So let's get into it. You say, I think my wife cheated on me. Did she? Let's find out. I hate that you're going through this, client eight, but let's see. Client eight thinks that their wife cheated on them. Did she? Client eight thinks that their wife cheated on them. Did she? Did client eight's wife cheat on them? We have a no with the tower. We have a maybe with the seven of pentacles. We have another maybe with the two of swords. And at the bottom of the deck, client eight. Okay. Seven of swords. So the maybes are here because she's actually been considering it. With this seven of swords energy, she's definitely doing some sneaky shit. She's definitely probably doing some texting and stuff with the swords, sending text messages, DMing, and the things, because the sword is about communication. But she has not had the, hmm, I'll say it like this because this is how spirit wanted me to say it. She has not had the balls to actually do it, to have intercourse with somebody else. She is considering it. She is actually, um, talking to this person a lot, but she's kind of like, I'm also married. Like, I also have client eight, like it's something that she's weighing. Yep. But no, I'll say it like this, just like that. Not yet. But with that tower here, tower is about sudden change. It's about, you know, um, crumbling a foundation, a false foundation. So when it happens, you'll definitely know. And I said my words for a reason. Yeah. My heart goes out to you, client 8. I hope this helps. Yeah. And if you want to get a little more into it, you can book a personal reading, and we can. But since you booked a yes no, that's what we got here. Thank you for booking with me, client 8. All right. That's that's it. That's all, y'all. All right. Thank you for everybody that came through, and participated. That pre-booked and booked during the live. I'm grateful. Thank you for everybody who came through and just chilled and gave us your good energy. We felt it. And thank you for the new subscribers, And if you would like to participate in the live personal reading session, the directions to do so are in the description box, and they will remain there. And you'll know exactly what to do. If uh, they are confusing, or you want to know the other options, personal reading options, send me an email. That is in the description box as well. But that's what we got tonight, y'all. Again, happy real new year. It is spring, it has sprung, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time, y'all. Bye.